You know what I'm curious about, Angela? We're talking about Unfaithful, the program I saw on the OWN network, and trying to get people to try to work on their relationships when somebody cheats instead of just abandoning it. Who's giving us advice on leaving? What do you say, Angela?
Somebody don't have nobody, because if they truly was in love, they would stay with that person.
Or at least try to work it out, that's for sure.
And try to work it out, exactly.
If my daughter called me, Jordan, here's a way of looking at this point.
Yeah.
If you
What advice would you give?
What advice would you give your daughter? You know, remember the film we did, George, Do Women Know What They Want? Mm-hmm. And Angela, I asked this woman, I said, do you love your husband? She said, yes, I love him. I said, do you have kids together? She said, yes, we had children. I said, was he providing financially? She said, yes. Was he abusive? No. I said, so you trying to tell me if a man cheats one time, you would advise your daughter to leave him? And every woman who happened to be black and Latino, they all said yes.
Yeah.
Is that good advice, Angela?
No, it's not.
Tell me why.
You have to take some responsibility into that and think, okay, well, maybe it was something that I may have done.
Possibly.
It has nothing to do with your self-esteem.
Maybe that's just paying enough attention to the relationship. Exactly. Right. But back to my point. Who are these people giving us advice? See, this is what I'm saying, man. We got too many people out here who are manless and womanless giving you advice about your relationship, and that is some fragganackle bull. Angel, how you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
So you're disagreeing now. What are you disagreeing about?
I am disagreeing because you stated if you love someone, you would forgive them. And if they was having a problem with it, they should have came and talked to you in the first time before they even started cheating.
They were caught up already. Their minds had already gone down that road of trying to, look, you have to justify that in your mind when you love somebody. They already gone. He's not thinking about his love for you. He's thinking about
whatever he's lacking.
Yeah. That's on him. It's not on you.
That's not love then. You either love someone or you don't. Because when you love someone unconditionally, you'll make sure it happens.
Are you trying to tell me?
So everyone who's ever cheated was not in love, is what you're saying?
No, they weren't in love. They might have been loved in some kind of way, but they weren't in love.
Angel, how do you justify that?
When you love someone unconditionally, you will not cheat on them.
You're talking about you.
Anybody should not.
No, you can't speak for everybody, because I've talked to hundreds, thousands of couples over the last 20 years I've been doing this. They love each other. They just had self-esteem issues, lack of appreciation, opportunity situations. There are a multitude of reasons why people cheat. It's not just a lack of love. All I'm saying is when you invest in somebody and you love somebody, you need to find out what the problem is before you just throw it away. So you're basically telling me if you find out your man is cheating, no matter what you all have invested, it's over no matter what, even if it's on you.
I did it, Mike, for 30 years. My husband cheated on me one time.
Hold on. Are you trying to tell me you had a man who was there for you for 30 years, a man who was providing for you, a man who you all were able to be partners with, and in 30 years you found out he cheated one time and you just wanted out of that damn relationship?
No, that's not true. No, that is not true.
What kind of example is this setting with a woman who's on national radio telling every woman listening to the show right now that if you have a great relationship with a man that's there for you, providing with you, being a partner for you, if he cheats one time, ladies of America, leave him.
One time, because you deserve better than that.
30 years he took care of you.
I did it. I promise you, I did it.
Wow. All I can say is thank you, first of all, for calling to the show, and damn. Hopefully I can get through these calls without George clowning me the rest of the show today. Taking the calls about the show was called Unfaithful. I admitted this for the first time on national radio yesterday. I'm going to talk about it today. We got a man on too. This is perfect, George. Mm-hmm. So I said I could work through it. If I loved her, I was committed to her, and maybe it was some things I wasn't doing that caused her to cheat. I wouldn't just throw my relationship away. Well, you say what to that?
Well, it's an honor to speak to y'all. I've been trying to get through y'all for over a year and a half.
Thank you, bro.
I was supposed to be having lunch with the president for Father's Day, but my son came 5 weeks early. I'm Father of the Year in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm face of a fatherhood program by FTC and Milwaukee Fatherhood Initiative. And I went to Georgia for 4 years. I asked her to go with me. She didn't come. So I did my thing. You know what I mean? We broke up. We got back together, but she ended up getting pregnant by a cat, and somebody called Georgia and told me. I accepted it because I had done wrong, and I could do better if we had got back together, and I was truly in love with her.
So it made the relationship stronger, is what you're saying?
It made our relationship stronger, but then in the end, I'm still by myself because it came down to money.
You know, it's funny he would say that, George, because you know the number one cause of divorce is finances.
Right.
Not infidelity. So good point, man. Or lack of, right? I'm scared to pick up the phone now, George, at this point. Bonnie, I don't know what I'm hearing from you all calling into the show. How's everything?
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great, Michael. I called in to let you know that I actually agree with you.
Thank God.
However, I do have girlfriends who have had the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Their husbands or their boyfriends or significant others have cheated on them, and they have been absolutely mad dog mad.
Here's my question to you. What advice do you give them being a woman in a healthy relationship? If your girlfriend called you and said, Bonnie, I found out that my man is cheating, what do you tell your girlfriend?
If you love the man or love the person, I should say, be it male, female, homosexual, gay, whatever, you have got to have that communication there. If the communication does not work and you still cannot live with it, then you got to leave.
I love that.
Yeah.
But most of the time, in the cheating situation, it is more than likely 90% of the time the man. Now, who's that?
Now, hold on with your percent. I'm going to have to hold
Come on
you.
now. We're going to have to hold you right there.
You were
now.
doing good till you went with the 90%. But your point is well made. Let's stick with that. And that is, as long as the communication is there, it has a chance.